I kinda agree. But yeah, if you don't have, like, the card that you really want to have in that matchup is consigned to memory. Now we have Miller versus Marius. Miller is playing Amulet Titan and Marius is playing Storm, of course, as in the previous match. Titan is a very, very exciting deck. Everybody claims that it's a S tier deck. I agree, but I never experienced a game against Amulet. I'm one of the lucky. Basically, in that tournament, I played against Miller and I got beaten like very hard. He destroyed me. Gemstone Cavern. Marius has it as a pre-game action. So basically, he gets on the play. He exiled a card from his hand in order to be able to put into play the Gemstone Cavern. It's also a good start for Miller, who played Amulet of Vigor as a first card, which for Amulet Titan is the card you want to see on your opening hand. There we go, Reckless Impulse. Ruby Medallion and Firetic Ritual. It's basically whatever you need to start storming in a storm deck. Bounce land, adding 4 mana. Dryad, so now he's allowed to play 1 more land per turn and all his lands produce all the colors. And Valakut. Valakut says that from the 5th mountains on, all the mountains are gonna deal 3 damages to a target. So basically, one of the Titans combo is in the play. He has also a nice mana tracker. It's very helpful because it's very hard to keep count of what mana floating the deck has on every turn. So right now we have 1 colorless floating. Taken out of the Urza Saga. Bounce land triggering 2 times, so he has 2 green, 2 red, and then he bounces it back. Malevolent Rumble, revealing 4 cards, adding 1 permanent, and getting Eldrazi Spawn. There's a Juicy Boseiju, but also a juicy Ice Steel Explorer. Miller has his own spawn. Ice Steel Explorer is the Miller's choice. And he can play it because he has 3 floating and 1 Eldrazi Spawn. So exactly 4 source of mana. He plays Ice Steel Explorer, so he can play another land. The purple die is counting how many lands he played so far. And there we go, Boseiju from the graveyard using the Ice Steel Explorer ability. And now again, bounce land. Triggering twice for the double amulet. And he bounces back the Boseiju. And then destroying the Ruby Medallion. Boseiju is back in the graveyard. Marius is allowed to search for a basic land type card. So also the surveillance are okay to be taken out of the Boseiju. The Dryad attacks. Marius resolves the Surveil trigger, Reckless Impulses in the graveyard. Preordain. Scrying 2. Top, draw 1. Ruby Medallion, again. Boseiju from the graveyard through Ice Steel Explorer. 1 land, 2 lands played, Vesuva, copying the bounce land. Bouncing the Boseiju in hand. Urza Saga. Trigger from Ice Steel. We have 3 lands played in the turn. Boseiju on the Ruby Medallion. 1 more land for Marius. The cards are not very visible on the Miller side, but we have a Dryad, an Ice Steel Explorer, Eldrazi Spawn, and 2 Amulet of Vigor. Surveil trigger for the Commercial District from Marius. Fetch land to the graveyard. Preordain. Ral. We have a discount engine. And then Ren Resolve. odds. They're discussing how does it work for it to flip or not to flip. So he's throwing the die again. Okay, 1 damage from Raul. And then no, apparently that was not a damage from Raul. But yeah, with the Rand's Resolve, he flips Paretic Ritual and Past in Flames. Plays a land from turn. And he passes. Another Ruby, another Amulet of Vigor. Now every bounce land is huge, tons of mana. Vestige. So he has 1 floating for the enter the battlefield ability, and he taps it 3 times through Amulet of Vigor, creating 3 colorless floating. Then he has a Mirror Pool, entering the battlefield tapped, creating 3 more colorless, or 2 more colorless floating. So he is able to keep it untapped. He uses the ability from Mirror Pool to copy the Ice Steel Explorer in order to have 1 more playable land from the graveyard or for the turn. He has still 2 lands to play. Mirror Pool again. It's 3 damages from the Valakut. And then he does it again, copying again the Ice Steel Explorer, creating more lands and basically still killing for the Valakut effect. Second game, Amulet is a hell of a deck. Hell of a deck. Luckily they're laughing about it, but Marius is also surprised of how big is the recursion for the Boseiju, because he is basically not able to play his Ruby Medallion, which is the engine of his deck. Miller mulligans to 6. And there we go. Fetch land for Marius, shocking for 2 damage, and then preordain. And then surveilling 2. Not surveilling, but scrying. Scrying 2. Both of them bottom. Drawing 1. Passing the turns, Urza's Saga for Miller. Second land for Marius. Cracking the fetch. Mountain. Very much thinking for Marius. Ruby Medallion. Totally not afraid of Boseiju. Sometimes you just have to risk it. There we go, that's a filter land, but the peculiarity in this specific deck is that it can tap X and copy an artifact, which usually is Ruby Medallion. So you can tap one, tap it, copy copy Amulet of Vigor to add another Amulet of Vigor, which is the engine of the Amulet deck. Storm started storming. Manamorphose. Manamorphose again. Two red floating, one blue. Phoretic Ritual. If he makes it, like, this is a very, very good start for Storm, because storming turn 3 is, it happens more than you can think, but it's still not super easy. We have a Wish on the stack. Wish allows you to search for a card outside the game, but you don't have to take it right away. Manamorphose. Drawing one. He plays Wish out of the Past in Flames, so with flashback. Yeah, as I said, you don't have to take the card right away, so he has a card that he can take out of Wish until the end of his turn. Reckless Impulse. Desperate Ritual. Getting more red floating. And then Ren Resolves. Ruby Medallion in one land. He's asking what's left with the flashback, and Marius answered that the cards left that can be flashbacked are Preordain and Past in Flames. Preordain, flashback. Artist's Talent. which at this point is a good way to replenish your hand. Desperate Ritual. Trigger the Artist Talent, discarding Into the Floodmaw in order to draw 1 card. 4 red floating. Trying to keep his life in order. Rand's Resolve. 2 more cards exiled. The storm count is 17 at this point. Artist Talent triggers, he drew 1. And now we have a Grape Shot out of the Rand's Resolve. But the storm count is still 17. He needs 3 more spells. Cracking the land for turn. Steam Vents. Flame of Anor. Drawing 2. Ral. And Desperate Ritual. We have the 20 storms. 20 spells plus the 21st, which is gonna be the Grape Shot. Very, very well played for Marius. Very nice. Miller starts with Odawara, Amulet of Vigor. Very good start for Amulet. I mean, it's in the name of the deck, so it has to be good. Boseiju, Malevolent Rumble. And there we go. There is a Vexing Bubble, Echoing Depths, Vestige, and I think the last one is a Valakut. Yes, Valakut. Echoing Depths for Miller. It's in his hand. He has also an Eldrazi Spawn. Miller passed the turn and Marius is looking for his Surveillant. The more I see Amulet playing, the more I want to build the deck. It's very, very nice, all the interactions, all the things that you can do in order to snatch a victory out of your opponent. Commercial District, surveilling. Keep it on top. Turn 3 for Amulet. Two lands on the battlefield, one Eldrazi Spawn, Amulet of Vigor. I can foresee shenanigans. Otawara, tap for blue, second amulet. Now Echo in Depths. Coping the Vestige, getting 2 floating and casting Spelunking. Allowing Miller to play one additional land that gets into play untapped. It's basically another amulet. So at this point, this bounce land taps for 6. No. Taps for 4, apparently. Arboreal Grazer. This little motherfucker has also reach, which is something that we should remember. Bounce land, now he has 6 mana, bouncing back the Boseiju. And Primeval Titan. This is the other part of the Amulet Titan deck name. As you can see, he has some nice proxies in his deck. And now it's time to do the math. Now it's time to decide. Plenty of possibility, but Marius is still at 19. More mathematical decisions. There we go. So with the mirror pool, he created a copy of the Primeval Titan, allowing him to search for 2 more lands. In the meanwhile, he also triggered the bounce land to get more mana floating. He's looking for the new lands to put into play. Vesuva, copying the red-green bounce land, adding shit ton of mana, and this other card that I don't dare to pronounce the name that can give haste to the Titans. And that's what's happening. Tapping the land to give haste to one of the Titans, bouncing it back in hand. Bounce back Vesuva, playing another Arboreal Grades, and then steal the land to give haste to the copy of the Titan. So right now we have 2 hasty Titan ready to beat, and they do, triggering for 4 more lands. So we have 2 bounce lands adding shit ton of floating mana, and then Vesuva and Kessig Wolfram. So with the shit ton of mana, he enables Kessig Wolfram to give plus too many plus 0 to one of the Titans that is gonna beat for enough to kill Marius. Amazing deck, amazing play. It was very, very, very nice to see this deck to shine this way. And for the sideboard, we have 3 Into the Floodmaw and 1 Brotherhood's Hand on the Storm side. And to put these 4 cards in, he took out 2 Strike It Reach and 1 Passing Flame, 1 Preordain. While on the Amulet side, he just wanted out 1 Malevolent Rumble, 1 Icetel Explorer, thinking that maybe it's too slow. And he did put in a Bojuga Bog and a Forest, and a basic Forest. Very exciting plays today for this tournament. It was amazing to see these guys playing, and it was nice to see them with you. And thank you for watching us. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like on this video if you liked it, because this is gonna allow us to maybe one day getting more cards, more instruments to take better videos, better stuff, and to have our stack even more on lava. And thank you for being with us. To the next one. Bye.